Hey mages on the internet, my name's Matt and welcome to today's video. So today I'm giving you the top 10 most expensive cards that will be leaving Standard. We are due to get the Standard rotation in just over 2 weeks time when we get Throne of Eldraine in there and all those really cool new cards. But we're going to be losing Ixalan, Rivals of Ixalan, Dominaria and Core Set 2019. So what I've done is put together a list. You might have some unopened packs, you might have some value sitting in there that you might want to just crack open now. You might have cards that you just never knew were still this price, and that, you know, there might be a few reasons for that. A little bit of information before we get onto the list. Not one card from Ixalan makes the top 10 list in this, and that was very surprising to me. And when I went through all the cards and looked at the cards that were $5 or more from the whole of the, the sets rotating out, M19 had 9 cards at $5 or more, Dominaria had 7, Rivals of Ixalan had 7 as well, and poor little Ixalan only had 4. Now, what do you think with Rivals of Ixalan as well? It's only like a small set, 203 cards, where the others were pushing 280 and above. So that just tells you that set, there's a good chance that you may still be able to find some money in those packs, because it's only 2 weeks away till rotation, so they might drop down a little bit, but pretty much now this is probably the price that they may stay at, barring a few percentage down. So without further ado, let's get on to the top 10 list. So number 10 from Rivals of Ixalan is Elanda the Dusk Rose, coming in at just over $9 in paper. It's a 1/1 vampire with lifelink. Now, this deck has obviously seen a lot of play in Ors of Vampires in Standard, but that is due to obviously just that the deck is going to be decimated when we get rotation. So this card for me is definitely keeping its bit of price. It's for EDH. Now, a lot of these cards will be for that. I'm not sure Elanda sees, any play in Modern or anything like that. It's, it's probably overly costed for a 1/1, let's face it, even though it has some cool effects in the card as well. But this is a commander card. You can build around it as your commander, or it just fit into a nice vampire knight deck. But still holding just over $9, it comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, we have another vampire, and it's from Rivals of Ixalan again, at just over $9 again, $9.37 roughly. That is Twilight Prophet. I really liked this card when it was in Standard. I used it in like a mono-black control finishing kind of deck as well. It didn't just have to be in Vampires because it has that really cool effect at the beginning of your upkeep. It's a 2/4 for 4. It can move straight into Vampire Tribal into Commander where it probably already is. Yet again, the only play it saw in Standards was in Ors of Vampires mainly. And I said that deck is decimated until I don't think we're going to get any more Vampires in Throne of Eldraine. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is still at a hefty price, just over $9. Commander players, I hope you've got yours already. Coming in at number 9 at just under $10 at $9.80. It's one of the Moxes. Mox Amber from Dominaria. Really nice card. 0 mana artifact that adds 1 mana of any colour among legendary creatures and planeswalkers you control. So this obviously saw play in Standard. It was in like a Legends deck as well. And does see a little bit of play in Modern. Just a little bit in the Urza deck. I mean, in there as a one-of, sometimes in the deck. Some don't play because they've obviously got Mox Opal and other cool cards like that. But I still think this will keep its price. It's no doubt a cool card. And Mox Amber is in at number 8. Sticking with the colourless theme and sticking with Dominaria, coming in at $10, it's Karn Scion of Urza. Now this card will definitely keep its price as long as the hardened scales of, deck in Modern doesn't get much disruption to it. This is a card that sees play in that. Also in Sneak and Show in Legacy as well. Played in Tron in Modern. Standard it was seen in, mainly mono-black mid-range decks and mono-black control decks. It didn't really, it had a place but didn't have a great place, I'd say, in Standard. But other formats, Modern, Legacy, it's definitely going to be staying in there. And if you got your Karns, well done. It could sneak up in price because it's just staying on that level $10. But Karn for me is still a good card to pull in any Dominaria packs that you've got and comes in at number 7. Now we're heading to Core Set 2019 for a nice card at $11.93. Nicol Bolas the Ravager. I will certainly miss this card in Standard. I loved playing it in my Grixis control deck. It sees a very small play in some random Modern decks, but it's not really a Modern card. But, people like me will still try to play it. Obviously, Commander, it's an absolute forgiven. It turns into a Planeswalker. It's super cool. Reached the lofty heights once of around $37, $38, so it has plummeted. But at $12, still a nice price, and we'll see playing Commander. So we head to Rivals of Ixalan again for Zakama Primal Calamity. This saw playing Golus Nexus for a little bit in Standard, but it's a commander, and this one has actually risen in price in the last few weeks, up to just under $15 now. Zakama is, it's a general for commander. 9/9/6, red, green, and a white. It can be played in dinosaur tribals as well. Has vigilance, reach, trample, has effects when it comes in. It's just such a cool card. Loads of abilities, massive body as well. So if you've got some of these, maybe you've got a sweet 4/1 just sitting there in your collection. Zakama is a cool card and comes in at number 5. Down to the top 4 now, and we're going colourless again from Rivals of Ixalan. It's the Immortal Sun, the Planeswalk Hater. Players can't activate Planeswalker loyalty abilities, and you get to draw an additional card on your upstart. Spells you cast 1 less to casting, pumps up your creatures as well. For 6 mana, this is going to be a commander staple for those people that don't play Planeswalkers as a main part of their deck. Now, obviously, there's a lot of Super Friends decks out there. This can shut them down, but there's plenty of ways to remove it. But still, at just over $15, this card is still a hefty price. Saw quite a bit of play in Standard in sideboards. Not really seen much play in Modern. I've seen some people play it in Eldrazi Tron, so maybe it'll keep up a little bit of price for that. But like many of these cards now, it's destined to be even more use in Commander, and the Immortal Sun comes in at number 4. So we go to number 3 now, and M19 is where the money's at. Coming in just under $17, it's the modern staple known as Scape Shift. Seen loads of play in the last part of Standard, banned Scape Shift. It was just really, it was a really oppressive deck when they're putting that little land in and making those 2/2 zombies. Playing Teferi, doing it at instant speed. I'm very glad that this is leaving Standard. But if you play Modern a lot, it's still in Titan Shift. Bring to Light Scape Shift is another deck as well. This card went down when it obviously got reprinted and then has gradually just found its way all the way back up. Slipped down a touch from $20, which it was a few weeks ago, last month as well. But now still at around $17. Scape Shift makes the top 3 cards leaving Standard, and it's still quite expensive. So we're down to the top 2 cards now. These 2 cards were vying for it all the way through Standard, but there was always one that was always top. And this one was mainly always second, which is Crucible of Worlds from Core Set 2019. Played in Standard a little bit, not really much. It's a modern playable card. It's amazing how many colourless cards we've actually got in this top 10 list. And Crucible of Worlds is played in Modern, of course. So Eldrazi Tron, played in Normal Tron, Amulet Titan, Mono Blue Tron gets a little bit of it as well. With the amount of play that Crucible Worlds sees in other formats, you can see why it's a $22.96. It's still going to be, always will be, a very playable card. Modern, Legacy, and of course, Commander like the rest of them. Crucible of Worlds, you're still not number 1, but you're number 2 in the most expensive cards leaving Standard. So in a lot of the most expensive cards, current cards, leaving most hated cards, this card is normally at number 1, and yet again it's the number 1 most expensive card leaving Standard. It's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and I'm sure a lot of you will be cheering that this is leaving Standard. Coming in at just over $23, saw play in loads of Standard decks. Esper Control, when you mix Baby Teferi with it and Narset, it's just a horrible combination. Obviously in Modern it's played in Azorius Control, Esper Control as well, Bant Midrange plays it as well, Stoneblade in Legacy, it sees play everywhere, which is why the price is still pretty high. Now, it has been up to about $50, $40, but as we're getting near rotation, it's just going to become a different format card, but it was already played in them anyway, so it's going to be nothing new. It's halved in price, but still, at $23, if you have a cheeky pack of Dominaria and pull it out, it's still going to get you more than the price of the pack, indeed. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, I have loved you in Standard, and I've hated you in Standard, but you are the number 1 most expensive card leaving Standard. So everyone, this was my top 10 list. There's going to be some cards that we're all going to miss. There's going to be some cards that we definitely will be happy to see the back of. But, you can still see there's still some value in there. Even with Standard rotating in just over 2 weeks' time, there's still some value in this. So if you've got some packs sitting in there and you're still waiting to crack them, you do know at the moment you potentially, if you pull any of these cards, have got some good value from, basically above the $9 mark, which is definitely, double the price of a pack sometimes, or maybe, depends where you're buying from and how good a deal you get. but there's still some cards that are leaving standard that will still hold their price for you in your collection, which is always good to see. If you enjoyed the video today, I would really appreciate it if you like the video, and obviously sharing it with your friends, spreading the word of TOTALmtg, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks a lot for watching the video, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.